He ran as fast as a man could run on his hands and knees. Before long, he was back in his cell. He was back where he had started, but he had a plan. There was something there that he needed. As soon as he was finished, he dove back into the duct and took off toward the incinerator. Sorry to keep you waiting, guys! Leaning out of the door on the duct, Seven lowered the rope he brought to the floor of the incinerator. Back in the cell, he torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. Like Seven himself, it wasn't very attractive, but it got the job done. Alright, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time. Right. Huh? Wait a sec. That was when he noticed. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered. I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left. What? You're telling me you opened that door? That's what I said. Then what the hell are you doing here? We couldn't go with them. Why not? Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door... Könnte ein bisschen lange dauern, das zu erklären. Automatic incineration will take place in 5 minutes. The voice reverberated against the walls of the room. Look, that can wait, alright? Just get us out of here. Right. Seven grabbed a hold of the rope. First up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie, followed by a boy in a jacket who said he'd climb up on his own. The last up was a boy in the uniform. Like the boy in the jacket, he climbed up the rope himself. He'd looked scrawny from above, but his looks belied impressive strength. He scaled the rope quickly, but as he was almost to Seven, they heard the sound of someone knocking. All eyes turned to the door. Cut into it was a thick, square window. On the other side, they could see a furious face. God damn it! What's going on here? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids? The door opened and a man stepped in, looking half mad with fury. Seven recognized his face. He'd seen him many times in photos during his investigation. The man's name was Gentaro Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical. Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope. Rah! He roared like an animal and lunged for the rope. Hurry! I know! The boy in the uniform resumed his scramble up the rope. You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit! He was 50 feet away. 10. The moment he came within arm's reach, Seven grabbed the boy in the uniform. With a jerk, he tossed him into the duct behind him. Gah! No! Hongo had lost any semblance of control. His face no longer looked human. It was twisted into something terrifying. The visage of a devil or a ferocious monster. Die Visage, ja. Ist nicht mal ein englisches Wort, ist eigentlich... Visage ist französisch, oder? Naja. Seven quickly reeled in his rope, leaving a furious Hongo on the floor of the room, and crawled back into the duct. You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment? What experiment? Seven wondered. Automatic incineration will take place in 1 minute. Hey old man, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up! It was the boy in the uniform. Seven tossed Hongo a taunting salute and pulled the door closed. Muss man sich bildlich vorstellen, stell mir sehr schön vor. There was no point to going back to Seven's cell, so they continued down the duct in the other direction. After 30 feet or so, another duct met theirs heading down. They nodded at one another, then turned and slid down the duct. A short time later, they crawled out of the duct to find themselves in a narrow hallway. There was a door on each side of it. The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right was a familiar thick metal door with black and yellow stripes and a device next to it on the wall. On the door was a plate that read Incinerator. Then that's where we were? Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off though. Wait, what? If he's still in there? Yeah, that's not good. Ugh. Seven grunted. Fine, the other door. Go into the other door, hurry! The children began to run, with Seven following close behind them. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! Seven shouted. They didn't need to be told twice. Up and up and up they went. Their feet pounded against the steps and their arms churned the air. Round and round and round they went, like a human tornado. The stairway kept going. They'd passed a couple of rooms that looked to be dance halls when the boy in the uniform spoke. Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us. Akane? Achso, in the uniform spoke. Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us. Akane? My kid sister. The girl with the red necktie. Akane? That was strange. Seven didn't remember seeing that name in the list of children who'd gone missing. Hey, Akane! He cupped his hands around his mouth and yelled. There was no response. Maybe we outran her. Suddenly, the boy in the uniform stopped short. Seven stopped too, as did the boy in the jacket and the ponytailed girl. When did we do that? Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest on one of them? No, that's impossible. Sorry, Grandpa, you keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs. He turned to go. Hey, kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait! The boy didn't even seem to hear him. Fuck! Seven spun around and yelled to the boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail. I'm going after him. You two keep going, alright? You got it? The girl nodded and began to run up the stairs. The boy, however... I'm going with you. Seven didn't have time to argue. Instead, he simply nodded and took off down the stairs. The boy in the jacket followed. They ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found. God damn it, where the hell did she go? The boy in the uniform couldn't hide his frustration. Help me! Somebody help me! Ach so, nee. Ich dachte, das wäre ja... gut. Help me! Somebody help me! It was a girl's voice. Akane! The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway that faced the incinerator. Seven and the boy in the jacket followed. Seven couldn't believe what he saw. Hongo had grabbed Akane by the arm and was doing his utmost to force her into the incinerator. Come on, goddammit, move! No, I don't want to, let me go! Please, let go of me! She had planted her feet squarely on the floor and was doing her best to get away, but Hongo was much larger than she was. She wasn't going to win. Akane! The boy in the uniform shouted. He roared with anger and charged toward Hongo. You came back! You're too late, idiot! Ist manchmal irgendwie schwierig zu wissen, wer da jetzt tatsächlich redet, aber egal. Hongo lifted Akane bodily from her feet. and threw her struggling into the incinerator. Ah! Before Seven or the boy in the uniform could react, Hongu leapt through the door after her. They saw him land inside. And then the door slammed shut with the finality of a great steel guillotine. The three of them ran to the door. They pulled and strained, trying desperately to get it to open. Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch! The boy in the uniform cried out and began to slam his fists against the door. He hit it with such force, Seven feared his knuckles would shatter from the impact. Akane! Akane! Are you okay? Help me! Her voice was muffled by the door, but the sheer terror in it was unmistakable. What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here. Where's Hongu? He went out the other door. What? Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Are you fucking kidding me? Seven was at a loss. It's the same damn thing. Are you there? Akane's voice sounded close to tears. Yeah, we are here. Just hang on, alright? We're gonna figure out a way to save you. If she could have seen the bloodless face of the boy in the uniform, his words would have seemed like little more than a sick joke. Automatic incineration will take place in 17 minutes. Please, please help me. I'm really scared. I don't want to die. Please, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. It's gonna be alright. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise. They could hear her muffled sobs from the other side of the door. The boy in the uniform tightened his fists. His knuckles were a bloodless white. Seven could tell that he was holding back tears of his own. Wow. It was silent. All they could hear was a creaking of the boat as it shifted in the water. They waited and waited, but Seven didn't continue. What happened then? Jumpy couldn't wait any longer. He had to know. Seven looked at the floor. Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I wanna remember that? Then, yeah. Shit, if I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered. Seven shook his head. But there was something Jumpy had to know. Hey, are you sure? Huh? Look, I don't wanna ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So, if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really... Seven stared straight ahead at nothing. Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended. And we heard something. Burning. Even after the fire stopped, they couldn't move. Seven and the boy in the jacket simply stood where they were, frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed, falling to the floor in a jumble of limbs like a puppet whose strings had been cut. A few more minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform ran in, stumbling over his own feet. 7 and the boy in the jacket followed, still too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made 7's lungs feel like they were on fire. The air shimmered with heat, and in the middle of the room, beneath the waves of heat, there it lay. The boy in the uniform walked toward it, his legs shaking violently. 7 couldn't see his face, but his body looked somehow empty. Finally, he reached it. The boy collapsed to his knees, his legs no longer able to support him. Ah!